You are looking live at the Big Apple as we approach the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. We are live from New York City. Who will etch their name in the annals of history as Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and No Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the inaugural Queen of the Ring.
Cover your wounds, but underneath them a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now. Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws, it's all in your mind, and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming. Wow, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. And now you're playing with matches, come out of the ashes underneath you. A million voices in the crowd, they're screaming, stop now. Well, let them swallow the pride, you're turning the tide to true believers. Got them in the palm of your hand, you're playing God now. What you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. What you gonna do now?
We are inside the hallowed halls of the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, for the inaugural event that is the Queen of the Ring, who will move on to tonight's tournament finals, etch their name in the annals of history, and earn a championship opportunity. This November at Survivor Series, it is time to move one step closer to finding out.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan!
It was only a few months ago that Liv Morgan was known as the WWE Women's Champion. Some bumps in the road have led Liv Morgan to tonight, where she finds herself in the semifinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament. If Liv Morgan can get through not one, but two contests, right here tonight in MSG. Morgan's going to be right back to where she so desires, standing across the ring from the champion.
It's Tiffy time.
Or will that opportunity go to this young superstar?
And from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
This is a very interesting semi-final matchup brought to you via Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton, no strangers to one another. As a matter of fact, during Liv Morgan's WWE Women's Championship reign earlier this year, these two individuals clashed at Backlash in the middle of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Liv Morgan was the victory on that night. Does that play into the confidence of the former champion? Is Tiffany Stratton fighting an uphill battle here in Madison Square Garden? All remains to be seen. One thing is for sure is that Tiffany Stratton has continued to impress throughout her ascension on Raw in 2024. She has made her way just as Liv Morgan has through 2 rounds of this tournament thus far, but there is 2 more to go if you want to find yourself in the promised land. Liv Morgan taking down Michin and Piper Niven. Tiffany Stratton defeating Natalya and Bayley. Those are the paths that got them here tonight. We are underway in this semi-final bout. The winner of this contest moves directly into tonight's main event to meet the winner of the SmackDown side of the semi-finals. All remains to be seen whether it'll be Alexa Bliss or Raquel Rodriguez. We will find out in moments. First things first, Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton, and Morgan the aggressor off the opening bell. As we mentioned, Liv Morgan, a former WWE Women's Champion as early as this past May. And although she came up short on numerous occasions trying to regain that championship, Morgan has found some newfound momentum for herself throughout the Queen of the Ring tournament. But mishaps like that are not going to go well in getting Liv Morgan to the back half of this matchup, and for her sake, in tonight's main event. Tiffany Stratton given the advantage in this contest off that mistake by Liv. And Stratton looking to remind the world tonight just why she is calling herself the center of the universe. It very well could be Tiffy time the night we go off the air. Liv Morgan down and out momentarily, but if one thing that we have found out throughout 2024 is that you can never discount the effort of Morgan. Soul-crushing defeat all the way back in January to the Nightmare Rhea Ripley that eventually propelled Liv into fighting her way back to #1 contendership and dethroning Ripley all the way back at WrestleMania in March. Liv Morgan has been to rock bottom, has been resilient, and has climbed to the top of the mountain in the past. Who's to say she can't do it again? Tiffany Stratton finding out just why Liv Morgan is a former champion. If she hasn't already, that maneuver is certainly going to be a reminder. Tope suicida to the outside. Oof. Stratton delivering a firm kick right to the jaw. Liv right back with a knee of her own. These two women scratching and clawing at each other at ringside. Talk about the victory that Liv Morgan owns over Tiffany Stratton all those months ago at Backlash. That coming in the month of April. We have seen Tiffany Stratton continue to improve on Monday Night Raw, all the while Liv Morgan has been facing ups and downs throughout her championship desires. Liv Morgan may have the confidence boost based on the history tonight, but is Tiffany Stratton so full of herself and so confident in her own right that the hiccups of the past may not come back to haunt her? So many narratives to bring up in regards to what the result could be, but there's only one way to find out, and that's seeing who is standing at the other side of the next bell. Tiffany Stratton, great reversal that time. Olympic-level gymnast, super agile inside of that ring. Tiffany Stratton, who has been on Monday Night Raw for the last year or so, is really starting to make waves in 2024. And looking for tonight to be her coming out party. Takedown on Liv Morgan momentarily, and now Morgan all of a sudden is finding herself down and out on the canvas in the middle of the world's most famous arena. High stakes, high reward here tonight in the Big Apple, New York City. Of course, not only will the winner of tonight's main event be crowned the 2024 inaugural, wait a minute, hold that thought, pinfall by Stratton. Almost caught Liv Morgan there. I don't think Morgan was expecting Tiffany to go for a 3 count. As we were mentioning, the winner of tonight's main event will not only be crowned the inaugural Queen of the Ring winner, will also earn themselves a championship opportunity for their brand's women's title this November at Survivor Series. Certainly a lot hanging in the balance throughout this evening in Madison Square Garden. Tiffany Stratton showcasing some of her power as well. Some great strength from the former Olympic-level athlete. Stratton has brung those talents to a WWE ring, has only been participating in this sport for upwards of 3 years. Tiffany Stratton has certainly continued to get better and better, and is out to show the world tonight why she belongs. As great as Stratton may continue to be, Liv Morgan did not make the trip to the Big Apple to fall short once more. Frankensteiner by Liv. Some great appreciation being shown by this capacity crowd here in the Garden. Liv Morgan taking the fight to the outside. And inside goes Tiffany Stratton, not by will, but by force. And into the pinfall goes Liv. Damn near dead center of the ring. But Liv finding out that it's going to take a lot more to keep down a very young and hungry Tiffany Stratton. Liv going behind, and this is vintage Liv right here. Tilt to whirl, around and around we go. Tiffany Stratton has had her back up against the wall against Liv Morgan in the past and was unable to fight her way out. Will tonight be any different, or will Morgan have her way with her opposer? Shout out to Trish, a little bit of stratisfaction. And back into the pinfall. Unfortunately for Liv, a 3 count was not to be had. However, they're going to continue to stay in the driver's seat. Liv Morgan certainly feeling it here in New York City, but cannot afford to take her eyes off of Tiffany Stratton. There's some great agility and speed being shown, and nothing fancy about that, just an elbow right to the face. That'll knock it out any day of the week, twice on Saturday. And now it's Stratton once again using the power game to take Liv Morgan out of it. This capacity crowd in New York City seems to be firmly behind the former WWE Women's Champion Liv Morgan. What Stratton's got to do is silence the noise. Has got to take the wind out of this crowd, out of their sails, and try to do whatever she's got to do to muscle Liv down to the canvas, just as she is doing. Very odd decision by Stratton here. We don't normally see her go for submission holds, try to lock in this armbar. And Liv Morgan not allowing Stratton to add any new maneuvers to her arsenal. Might have created some separation, but Stratton trying to keep the momentum, not if Liv has anything to say about it. Liv Morgan go for the overhand shot as these two women jock for position here. This is not where Liv wants to be, in a fireman's carry position and going for a ride. Luckily for Liv, she's got enough left in the tank to pop that shoulder up. But her watch where Stratton's flying, going for the prettiest moonsault. Nobody home with the delivery. Liv Morgan now stacking up Stratton in the corner, damn near almost stole the victory. Kick to the gut. Liv Morgan has got some fire under her feet. Code breaker. Will that do it to move to tonight's tournament final? Not just yet. Stratton still into it. We have got a good one on our hands, kicking things off here in Madison Square Garden. This semifinal matchup brought to you via Monday Night Raw, where Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton have competed for several weeks to get here tonight. As we mentioned, Liv Morgan with victories over Michin in the first round, Piper Niven in the quarters. As for Tiffany Stratton, took down the Queen of Hearts, Natalya, in her hometown of Calgary, Alberta, in the first round of the tournament. Moved on to keep down the veteran in Bayley in the quarterfinals. Who will be able to get through the other tonight? Will Liv Morgan advance to the finals and get another opportunity to possibly challenge for the women's title? Or will Tiffany Stratton break through the glass ceiling here in New York City? All questions, but by the end of tonight, we will have answers to. Stratton sent into the corner. Not to sound like a broken record, but certainly nothing fancy about that. That is nothing but effective. Knee right to the pretty face of the young Tiffany Stratton. Stratton up against the ropes, not where she wants to be. Liv Morgan's wheels, maybe a spin-in. Liv's getting some fire underneath of her. Massive oblivion with some huge momentum behind it. Tiffany Stratton kicks out. The same maneuver that pinned Stratton back at Backlash does not do it tonight. New York City absolutely loving the action they paid to see, as now Stratton trying to meet Liv Morgan with anything she's got left in the tank at ringside. Stratton's bell has got to be rung. She may just be participating off instinct right now. Liv Morgan has won so many matches with that oblivion. It's the maneuver that got her through 2 rounds of this tournament so far. It's the maneuver that defeated Tiffany Stratton many months ago, but just goes to show you how Stratton has prepared and improved on her road to this contest here tonight. Tiffany once again creating some distance, has got to find a way to get some sustained momentum against this former WWE Women's Champion. Nice float over that time. Only a 1 count. Tiffany Stratton is going to have to add some more salt into those wounds if she wants to get near a 3. Kick right to the rib cage. Maybe Stratton's best offense. If a woman can't breathe, she can't fight. Stratton's going back to that armbar that she tried to institute earlier. Whatever the strategy here, the Buff Barbie is, it may be working out for her. Liv looking worse for wear, and she is nowhere near the ropes that time. But here's Liv once again, using her agility to her advantage. Great reversal, but Tiffany Stratton just muscles her down. Oh no. Liv looking up at the lights of the Garden. Here comes Stratton with a monstrous splash. And another kick out that time. Couple of close falls in this contest. But we keep on keeping on between Tiffany Stratton and Liv Morgan. Liv rolling to the outside. Liv catching Tiffany slipping. Oh no. Hanger up in the top rope. These two women starting to get gritty in the back half of this matchup, trying to find any window of opportunity. There's another reversal that time. Liv Morgan down on the canvas, and Tiffany Stratton with a well-timed executed moonsault. Now suplex down to the canvas. Liv may be in trouble. Stratton off the springboard with a swanton bomb. What a maneuver. That's going to do it. Not just yet. Liv Morgan barely able to get her shoulder up in time. But an incredible offense by Stratton off the springboard that time. Going back to the top, Liv Morgan trying to show she's still got something left. Stratton got caught. Incredible counter, and much needed. Back and forth, the pendulum of momentum starts to swing in your semifinal bout. Tiffany Stratton thought she had the recipe for success heading to the top rope, but it turns out Liv Morgan beat her to the kitchen. What is Liv gonna have left in the tank? The Oblivion didn't work. What else can she pull out that is gonna throw Tiffany off her game? Some great strikes went to the well too many times, however. Stratton gonna make her pay. That's just getting caught up in the act that time. Liv was overzealous with those strikes, and Tiffany Stratton beat her to the punch. And the Buff Barbie once again using her power game to her advantage. Snap suplex, elects for a pinfall. Liv Morgan still in it. Or maybe just for now, prettiest moonsault ever strikes. Tiffany saw an opportunity. She took it. Tiffany Stratton is going to the finals.
here is your winner, Tiffany Stratton!
No matter what happens tonight in the tournament finals, Tiffany Stratton has got a huge feather in the cap, defeating a demon of her past in Liv Morgan. An incredible bout and a great effort by the former WWE Women's Champion. But Tiffany Stratton showcasing why she is the center of the universe. It very well may be Tiffy time by the end of tonight in NYC. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry into monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain with behind-the-scenes updates, exclusive content to see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. It's a better time than any to become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member. Saturday night, October the 12th. Saturday night, October the 26th. Witness the exclusive Halloween Havoc events. Hit the join button down below or the link up in the cards. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member today and don't miss out on Halloween Havoc. Who will be next to join tonight's main event and challenge Tiffany Stratton in the Queen of the Ring Tournament Finals?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss returning to SmackDown last month and has made some waves ever since, making her way through Shotzi, as well as, I should say, Blair Davenport in the Queen of the Ring tournament thus far. The goddess looks to get back to the promised land. It continues here tonight as she goes one-on-one with a former Women's World Champion in Raquel Rodriguez. Will Tiffany Stratton be awaiting the goddess in the back half of the Queen of the Ring event later tonight? Or will the woman who lost her championship last month at SummerSlam come back in a blaze of glory here in Madison Square Garden?
And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez.
You know, the last time Raquel Rodriguez competed in these hallowed halls of Madison Square Garden was last November at Survivor Series, a four-way elimination contest to determine the first Women's World Champion. Raquel Rodriguez was defeated by Shayna Baszler on that night. The reason for the history lesson is Raquel going to be in her own head tonight, knowing the last time she entered this building, it did not go her way. All remains to be seen. Just as Liv Morgan may have had the confidence against Tiffany Stratton, we saw it did not work out in her favor. All remains to be seen if what has happened in these hallowed halls for Raquel before will play her either against her or play her dividends and use it as a motivational factor. Here we go. This is the SmackDown side of the semifinals. Here in the Queen of the Ring tournament, the goddess Alexa Bliss one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez. Certainly a contrast in styles. Raquel Rodriguez with the size and strength in her favor. Alexa Bliss, dare I say, has the grit and tenacity advantage in this contest. Not afraid to get her hands dirty if that's what she's got to do. Bliss returning to SmackDown last month, aligning with the Women's World Champion Roxanne Perez in a tag team bout against Raquel Rodriguez, as well as the woman who will challenge for the gold later tonight, Zelina Vega. Things, of course, did not work out for Bliss and Perez on that night. Half the reason that Vega finds herself challenging for the championship later this evening. But as for Alexa Bliss, bounced back for the first and quarterfinals of the tournament. Will that momentum keep up That is the question we remain an answer to. As for Raquel Rodriguez, just looking to get back to the promised land. Certainly had herself an eventful 2024 thus far, winning the Elimination Chamber matchup, challenging for the title back at WrestleMania, winning the title at Battleground in May, retaining the championship over the likes of Asuka, Io Sky. Unfortunately, the prodigy Roxanne Perez was the kryptonite to Raquel last month at SummerSlam. Now Raquel with an opportunity to not only be the queen of the ring, but to find herself against the champion all over again this November at Survivor Series. Raquel Rodriguez, oh, Alexa Bliss just running through the power game of Raquel that time. Very impressive. And Raquel looking shook off the reversal and the drop kick. And now Bliss charging at Raquel. Raquel making her pay for it momentarily, and right up against the ropes goes the goddess. Raquel Rodriguez certainly has shown resilience throughout 2024. The one thing about Raquel is even when you think you got her down and out, you find her in those championship rounds, the back half of contests. Something about it just makes Raquel thrive. One of the reasons she was very successful throughout 2024 thus far. Roxanne Perez did her homework. She knew that about Raquel Rodriguez. She really had some hurry-up offense and beat Raquel in less than 10 minutes last month at SummerSlam. Alexa Bliss may be in her favor to try that same strategy. All remains to be seen. Raquel's looking down and out right now. Alexa Bliss seemingly has her where she wants her. Bliss better not spend too much time soaking in the pageantry of this New York City audience. Cannot give Raquel a chance to rise like a phoenix. Big time maneuver by Bliss that time. Going to the top. Could be looking for a little twisted Bliss, or maybe a simple elbow to the heart, looking to crush the dreams and the soul of Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel in the middle of the ring, looking up at the lights of Madison Square Garden. Unfortunately for her, a position she has been in the past. Raquel cannot allow the heartbreak of last year's Survivor Series to re-creep into her mind and play detriment, allowing Alexa Bliss to take advantage. Raquel may have that size and strength as we mentioned, but Alexa Bliss is just playing a better chess match at the moment. Really going after the midsection there with the elbow and the knees, maybe trying to take out the win of Raquel Rodriguez. No matter the strategy, it is clearly working. Alexa Bliss has slowed down Raquel and is in firm control. Bliss going into the cover once more, hoping to move to the finals in a hurry. I think it's going to take a lot more to keep a former women's world champion out of it. Make no mistake about it, Alexa Bliss knows all about being at the top of the mountain. She has held championships all across the WWE. It has been quite some time since Bliss has found herself in title conversations. And I don't think Raquel Rodriguez is looking to be a stepping stone to Alexa getting back there. The fight going to the outside is what needs to be, and Raquel's going to meet her there. At least momentarily, sending the goddess back inside the ring. And there's a big boot! And I think they heard that one all the way over at Hammerstein Ballroom, where we'll be starting next Sunday for the Cruiserweight Classic. Alexa Bliss cannot allow a powerful rally from Raquel. Double lariats. She could be going for the hat trick. I don't care who you are, that's gonna knock the wind out of you for a moment. And this is where Raquel Rodriguez starts to thrive, wrestling her pace. Going for the pinfall here, realizes Bliss may be rocked. Not just yet. Raquel Rodriguez making her way through Nikki Cross in the first round, and a, dare I say, dream match that really took SmackDown by storm just over a week ago. Advancing through TNA knockout Jordynne Grace in an incredible bout in the quarterfinals. Both these women earning their right to be here in Madison Square Garden tonight, but who will move one step closer and meet Raw's Tiffany Stratton in tonight's tournament final main event? Down goes Raquel Rodriguez. Nice counter there by the Goddess. Alexa Bliss has shown throughout the Queen of the Ring thus far that you give her one moment of opportunity and she will strike. That DDT knocked out Shotzi, knocked out Blair Davenport. Quicker than a hiccup was the maneuver. The reason the Goddess is here in the Garden. Raquel Rodriguez has got to be wary of it. There's the knees again. Alexa Bliss looking to take out the abdominal of the former Women's World Champion. Once again, going for a pinfall. Hell of a lot of near falls thus far, but I have not heard of 3. Referee Jessica Carr wearing the zebra stripes, calling this thing right down the middle so far. Alexa Bliss looked to be scaling the ropes. Hesitated. But I don't know if hesitation is the right decision against one Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel tried to create some separation. I should say close the separation there. Alexa Bliss has just been gritty this matchup. Seen a lot of strikes out of Bliss. Nothing too fancy several of times, but they're getting caught that time by Raquel and another lariat. Count of 5, the former champ makes her way back inside the ring. Alexa Bliss just trying to get her eggs unscrambled. Easier said than done. Raquel Rodriguez may be feeling that she has an opportunity to end this matchup. Powerful double-end slam that time into the corner, or almost into the corner. Jessica Cora was getting caught in the crosshair. Raquel Rodriguez delivers another boot. We saw the lengths that Raquel is willing to go. How deep she is willing to push herself all throughout 2024 through winning the Elimination Chamber, owning victories over Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, Io Sky, Asuka, Jordynne Grace just less than 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. It has been a hell of a year for Raquel Rodriguez. Will it continue here tonight? Alexa Bliss on her feet, not for long. Little and mighty, but getting brought down to the canvas. And now Raquel into the cover. Moving on to the finals, only a 1 count that time. Well, that'll pop the confidence bubble for anybody. Another well-timed reversal by Bliss. And again, just as she has several times throughout this matchup, leaning on the strikes. Kick right to the gut. Wait a minute here. DDT, putting Raquel right on her crown. But Raquel Rodriguez muscling up her shoulder. Well, the same maneuver that defeated Shotzi, as well as Blair Davenport, that got Alexa Bliss here tonight. Unfortunately for the Goddess, not what is going to bring her to the finals just yet. Impressive strength, able to get Raquel Rodriguez over the top rope and now bringing the fight to the outside. Raquel Rodriguez showing that resilience that we talked about, but does she have enough left in the tank to rise like a phoenix all over again and keep down the veteran in Alexa? Oof! Man, Bliss's offense can be summed up with these simple phrases, and we beat it to death sometimes. Nothing pretty, but certainly effective. Raquel Rodriguez, win, lose, or draw, is going to be feeling this matchup on Sunday morning. Back inside the ring we go. Raquel looking right for the pickings. And the Goddess may be looking to bring this matchup to an unfortunate end for one former Women's World Champion. Raquel struggling to get to her feet. Alexa crash and burn. They don't call it high risk, high reward for nothing. Alexa trying to let adrenaline fuel her and feel the pain another time. Easier said than done. Raquel off the reversal now. Raquel seeing a window of opportunity and looking to make the most of it. Out of the corner she goes. The same maneuver that pinned Jordynne Grace less than 2 weeks ago does not keep down Alexa Bliss thus far. A great reversal Raquel sidestepping Bliss. Bliss tried to fight back. It did not go her way. Now on the top rope. Oh, back body drop. Alexa folded up like an accordion. New York City coming unglued. Tahana bomb. Raquel into the cover. Raquel Rodriguez is moving on to meet Tiffany Stratton. Alexa Bliss getting down and gritty throughout this matchup. Raquel Rodriguez once again proving her resilience, proving that she belongs at the top of the mountain, outlasting the goddess and moving on to the tournament finals.
Here is your winner,
Raquel Rodriguez suffered a heartbreaking bump in the road last month at SummerSlam when she lost the Women's World Championship, but she has bounced back in a blaze of glory throughout this tournament thus far. One more match to go as Raquel Rodriguez meets Tiffany Stratton later tonight in your tournament final main event. Last year, 16 of WWE's best cruiserweights clashed in an 8-week tournament to decide who stood above the rest at 205 pounds and under. This year, we do it all over again. Sunday afternoons at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, kicking off on September the 29th. 16 men representing SmackDown, NXT, and TNA Wrestling will participate in the 2024 edition of the Cruiserweight Classic. With the field more wide open than ever before, who will scratch and claw their way to greatness and be crowned the winner of the historic Cruiserweight Classic? The Cruiserweight Classic kicks off 1 week from tomorrow, but who will be participating in that tournament? We're going to find out this Wednesday. Stay tuned for the 16-man bracket reveal. The 2024 Cruiserweight Classic fastly approaching. We find out who will be competing this Wednesday right here on the No Nation Gaming YouTube channel. But we are moving on to what has become a little bit of a bonus match here at Queen of the Ring. As announced earlier this afternoon, we got an open challenge. Certainly some great action on hand.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Fontana, California, Michin.
Earlier this afternoon, news breaking that Michin issued an open challenge for right here tonight at Queen of the Ring. This Monday Night Raw superstar falling short in the first round of the tournament to Liv Morgan. Went on to face Bianca Belair just 1 week later in another great outing on Monday Night Raw. But victories have not been going Michin's way as of late. She is looking to turn things around here in the world's most famous arena, issuing this open challenge. The question is, who will be standing across the ring from one Michin here at Queen of the Ring? We don't have to wait long. We are going to find out right here, right now. Well, wait just a second. Those battle cries sound very, very familiar. A former NXT Women's Champion is on the scene.
And from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra, Valkyria.
Well, I am sure when Michin issued this open challenge earlier today, she did not keep the black and gold brand in the back of her mind. And it sounds as if this New York City audience is very familiar with the always exciting Irish-born talent known as Lyra Valkyria. Well, all of a sudden, this has become a showcase matchup for NXT standout Lyra Valkyria here in the world's most famous arena. Although the spotlight may be on her momentarily, Michin did not issue this open challenge to give that spotlight to another. She wants a victory. She wants it now. Here we go. The bell has sounded in Madison Square Garden. Lyra Valkyria hot out of the gate, taking down the woman who issued the challenge for this fight tonight. Lyra Valkyria, former NXT Women's Champion, and make no mistake about it, Michin knows a thing or two about holding gold. A veteran of the squared circle, world renowned, has held championships all over the globe. It's just as of late on Monday Night Raw, victories not going her way. Certainly a night to turn your momentum around, one of the biggest nights in the WWE calendar in 2024. The world's most famous arena. Michin not allowing Lyra Valkyria to rally in the early moments of this matchup, regardless of how this New York City crowd is already taken to that former NXT Women's Champion. Lyra Valkyria, I'm sure, looking to soar the skies of NYC like a raven that she could be. Michin, however, finding herself the one, leaving the soles of her boots. On the outside, Lyra now going flying. Tope suicida to the outside. Lyra trying to go for a strike. Outsmarted momentarily. Michin with a simple duck and sends her right to those diamond-plated steps. Lyra Valkyria jumping at the opportunity to compete here in New York City. And she better not be overzealous and better not let the pressure of the moment get to her, or Michin's gonna eat her alive here in the Big Apple. Into the corner she goes and just collapses off the momentum. A little bit of an interpromotional matchup here tonight between NXT and Monday Night Raw. Michin, regardless of brand supremacy, is out for one thing and one thing only, and that's to get her hand raised. Gotta commend the effort of Michin, so desperate to turn her momentum around, issued this open challenge without even knowing who would be standing across the ring from her tonight. Both these women out to think on their feet, put together a blueprint in hopes of getting their hand raised. Nice counter by Valkyria. Oh man, springboard! Talk about soaring the skies like a raven. That she did that time. Finally executed crossbody. Unfortunately did not get the victory. Valkyria looking to stay in the driver's seat. Unique takedown. Michin, tough as nails. She has put up some great fights in recent weeks on Monday Night Raw. But can that in-ring veteran contest a very explosive and exciting Lyra Valkyria here tonight? Valkyria has got the veteran down and out momentarily. All remains to be seen if Michin is going to find a way to turn the tables once again in this open challenge contest. Lyra's been very high, flying, very explosive throughout this matchup, slowing things down a little bit as Michin was down on the canvas. Series of strikes. Wow, what an axe kick. And that might have just knocked Michin's lights out. And Michin getting the shoulder up. Got to give credit where credit's due. Lyra Valkyria coming out swinging, looking for a home run. Going for another tope suicida. Naive to think that Michin was going to allow it. Veteran instincts, crash and burn, and a German for pleasures. And now Valkyria sent back inside the ring. Got a little overzealous, and now Michin looking to make her pay. Only if Michin can get the momentum sustained. Lyra Valkyria did not make the trip from Orlando, Florida at NXT to Madison Square Garden for the Queen of the Ring, only to be unsuccessful. These two women starting to jock for position in the last minute or so. Who is going to get that sustained momentum in this contest? We're going to talk about the strikes of Valkyria. Here's Michin unloading. Boot to the face. The lights may be on. I don't know if anybody's home. Lyra Valkyria coming knocking. Rolling to the outside, however. Trying to create some distance, realizing that she is hurt. Michin coming after the opposer. Nice sidestep by Valkyria, sending her back inside the ring. Lyra still showing some guts to keep on fighting. Michin all of a sudden cradled up, snapped in half. Valkyria to the pinfall, and she got her. What a showcase here tonight.
Here is your winner, Lyra Valkyria!
Well, the unfortunate momentum once again ceases to exist for one Michin, who issued this open challenge in hopes to turn it all around tonight. Gonna have to live to fight another day, because this former NXT Women's Champion made the trip to New York City in hopes of getting her hand raised in the middle of the world's most famous arena. Lyra Valkyria impressing tonight. Is this only the beginning for that young star? Prepare for the most exciting 10 minutes, a fast-paced 600 seconds, and all the action you can handle. Coming your way exclusively each and every Wednesday, only on the Noah Nation Gaming TikTok. The superstars of Raw and SmackDown race to the finish line on velocity. Competition at an all-time high that you won't see anywhere else. Scan the QR code, follow on TikTok, and don't miss a second of velocity. Be sure to mark your calendars. The Monday Night Raw season premiere is live on September the 30th from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. After that, we are moving right along to the Thursday night premiere of SmackDown right here in New York. We're heading to the Barclays Center Thursday night, October the 3rd, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the season premiere of Thursday Night SmackDown. But the action continues here in Madison Square Garden. We are set for a 6-woman tag team grudge match.
The following contest is a 6-woman tag match. Introducing first, from Ayrshire, Scotland, Piper Niven.
Ever since the month of July, these 5 women have been down each other's throats. There has been hostile environments surrounding all of them on Monday Night Raw, costing each other matches left and right, sneak attacks. How Piper Niven really helped lit the fire when she was upset by Becky Lynch in London, England 2 months ago, and laid out the man moments after that contest. Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville have been out to make their presence felt and to climb the mountain of success on Monday Night Raw. Bayley and Becky Lynch have continuously stood in their way. Well, they enter Queen of the Ring here in New York City tonight with one goal in mind, and that's to erase the memory of Bayley and Becky Lynch once and for all.
And the team up, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Well, I'm sure Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville would love to refocus on maybe the women's tag team championships here in the WWE, but that ever-looming issue with Bayley and Becky Lynch, as we mentioned, continuing to get in each other's way. Held Chelsea Green upset in the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament by Bayley. Chelsea then getting involved in the Bayley-Tiffany Stratton match a couple of weeks ago, certainly aiding Stratton on her way to New York City here tonight. Regardless of the past, it all comes down tonight. It has been labeled a grudge match for a reason. These 6 women set to clash. The only question is, who has Bayley and Becky Lynch recruited to help them fight these 3 dangerous individuals here tonight? All remains to be seen. I am sure Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, and Piper Niven have done all the homework they can do, but you gotta believe Bayley and Becky have kept their answer close to their chest. We will find out in moments as Bayley and Becky Lynch arrive to the world's most famous arena.
And from San Jose, California, Bayley!
Well, regardless of the issues with her opposing women tonight, this has got to feel good for Bayley walking into this legendary building here in New York City. It has been well documented. 2 years of ups and downs, nagging injuries that really kept Bayley in and out of action, really unable to gain any sort of momentum during her time on SmackDown and even during some of her time on Raw. But Bayley returned to the red brand this past May and has made her presence felt, win, lose, or draw. Hell, it was just a few months ago, Bayley was within inches of becoming the WWE Women's Champion. I'm sure an opportunity that Bayley would like to get back. But just as Becky Lynch needs to do so, they have to take out a common enemy first. Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, and Sonya Deville have drawn the line in the sand, and at the other side of this contest, a trio is going to be getting their hand raised and moving on to greener pastures. And the man has come around to New York City. The last time Becky Lynch was in this building, it was an unsuccessful outing.
From Dublin, Ireland,
But can she return to these hallowed halls on top tonight? We saw Raquel Rodriguez earlier on. Talked about Survivor Series last November. Raquel not letting the result of that night creep into her mind and be her own worst enemy here in Madison Square Garden. Becky Lynch, similar situation. Last time she competed here in the world's most famous arena, came up short to the nightmare, Rhea Ripley. But now the man is back here tonight and is looking to come out on top. Well, the enemies have entered. Bayley and Becky Lynch have made their way to the squared circle. But who did they call upon? Who will stand alongside them in battle in the midst of this 6-woman tag team grudge matchup? Oh, what? Well, maybe we should have expected this.
And from the Queen City, Charlotte Belair!
For the first time in over 2 years, the original queen, Charlotte Flair, is about to enter a WWE ring. Over 10 reigns as a WWE Women's Champion. Done it all, won it all, been there, done that. The Queen has resurfaced, aligning herself with some of her old 4-horsewomen pals. If you step to the Queen, you best not miss. And I am sure Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, and Sonya Deville cannot be happy about this emergence. That is a sight that just feels right. This business is in her DNA. And in such a legendary building, Charlotte Flair returns to the WWE in Madison Square Garden at Queen of the Ring. Well, we knew this was gonna be an epic night. And Charlotte Flair's reemergence proving just that. Business has picked up in the 6-woman tag team matchup. The bell has sounded, we are underway. Piper, Sonya, and Chelsea versus Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte. Well, this is gonna be good Three of the four horsewomen of the NXT days really started the women's revolution here in the WWE, aligned once more. Bayley and Becky looking to get even with this common enemy. Charlotte, gonna be interesting to see how she plays a factor into this matchup. Piper Niven looking to squash any hopes of victory out from Bayley in the early moments of this matchup, just crushing her with that crossbody and followed by a hip toss. Man, oh man, what a night this is turning out to be. Charlotte Flair back in a WWE ring, for the first time in over 2 years. Very similar situation to Roman Reigns, Jay and Jimmy Uso, talent who we have seen resurface throughout 2024 as well. Talent who did it all, won it all, accomplished every feat there was to accomplish in World Wrestling Entertainment. Moved on to different chapters of their lives, but just as the years move on, new opponents, new challenges, new opportunities emerge, and it looks like Charlotte Flair is back for those same opportunities tonight. Can't wait to see Charlotte Flair get that tag, but I'll be honest, Piper Niven, as well as her duo on the outside, may not be looking to allow it. Bayley making a much-needed tag to the man, Becky Lynch. In comes Sonya Deville. Both women going at each other. The man gets the best of her. Sonya Deville may be feeling confident. Up against the man, Becky Lynch. The last time they tangled, Sonya tapped out Becky on Monday Night Raw a few days before SummerSlam last month. Sonya Deville also jumping Becky Lynch from behind moments before that opening round contest in the Queen of the Ring, where Becky fell short to Piper Niven. Sonya and Becky with a struggle between those two women that I'm sure the man is looking to settle in the heat of this combat here tonight. Big time variation exploder. Sonya Deville, however, knows a thing or two about getting out between a rock and a hard place when she's down on the canvas. That MMA background proven to be a difference factor, at least momentarily. I don't care what experience you have. No way you're getting out when Becky Lynch is charging at you with a boot and now a tope suicida. Getting tongue-tied over here. The action hot and heavy in this 6-woman tag team matchup. Becky Lynch didn't even catch all of it, but caught enough to knock Sonya down. And a tag made to Chelsea Green. Becky and Chelsea really where this story all began back in the month of July. Becky Lynch returned to Monday Night Raw for the first time in several months, defeated Chelsea Green in a Money in the Bank qualifying matchup. That has not sat in well with Green or Piper or Deville ever since. As a matter of fact, Becky Lynch also tapped out Chelsea Green at WWE Live in the month of August. 2 for 2 for the man. Chelsea Green looking to turn those tables here tonight in New York City. Already tonight we have seen Tiffany Stratton and Raquel Rodriguez punch their ticket to tonight's tournament finals. They will meet in your main event. Oh, wait a minute here. Well, Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea's really proven to be much of an assistance. Piper Niven soaring off the top as if she really needs to. A destructive force. Gotta be a scary sight when you're the target. Becky Lynch manhandled into enemy territory, and down she goes off the headbutt. I certainly wouldn't recommend being on the receiving end of a headbutt from that Scottish fighter. And Piper Niven squashing Becky with that crossbody. Bayley saving the day. Might not have got a 3 count that time, but Becky is going to be gasping for air. Piper Niven certainly finding ways to use her size and strength to her advantage throughout this matchup. There's Becky going after Piper after she made a misstep, turning her attention to Bayley. This double boots right to the dome. Becky Lynch has got to be feeling being on the receiving end of that crossbody a few moments ago. And here we go nonetheless. The man going to keep on fighting. He's made a career out of it. Becky and Piper, no strangers to each other. Several tangles throughout the last few months. Another tag made to Bayley. Now Piper's got a chance to actually get in there with Bayley as the legal competitor. Incredible double team maneuver. slingshotting Piper right to the turnbuckle. Now Bayley stacking her up for the pinfall. Almost got her. Great wherewithal by Bayley to realize Piper Niven may have been knocked loopy off that collision with the turnbuckle. Piper has had enough of the games. Oh, there's Charlotte Flair entering the ring for the first time, getting her hands a little dirty. Oh, wow, Piper Niven just disrespecting the original queen herself, Charlotte Flair. And Piper Niven doesn't give a damn about the return of the queen. Bayley suffering the same fate. Dare I say, Piper Niven is single-handedly tearing apart that trio of horsewomen. Back and forth we go. Bayley's just trying to survive at the moment. Heading to the top rope. Could be looking for that elbow drop. Here in the Garden, but nobody home. And once again, Bayley's down. Off some offense by Piper Niven, and Bayley gets the shoulder up once more. Tag made to Charlotte Flair. Oh! Welcome back. Charlotte Flair's just trying to find a way into this matchup. Going for an elbow once again. Piper counters. And there's a headbutt for the queen. Charlotte Flair tried to re-enter this ring. Clearly showing some rust off her entry, or maybe not. Well timed, executed. Elbow right to Chelsea Green. And now Charlotte Flair entering the squared circle. Truly for the first time in over 2 years. Chelsea Green down and out momentarily. Much to the chagrin of this New York City audience. Well, there's a kip up by Flair. Vintage maneuvers. Chelsea Green gonna need to put some ice on it later. Chelsea Green down and out by hands of the queen, Charlotte Flair. Oh, there's a shot for Piper. A little payback after Charlotte got decked a few minutes ago. And what a sight it is to see Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte all on the same side tonight against 3 women who have given Bayley and Becky loads of problems over the last 2 months on Raw. Charlotte Flair certainly going to soak in the pageantry of this capacity crowd. And although this is an exciting outing for her, she cannot afford to take her eye off the ball tonight. Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville, and Piper Niven have proven to be a cohesive and dangerous trio throughout Monday nights. Hence the reason why Bayley and Becky have had such an issue trying to put them behind them. Double team. Piper Niven once again back inside the ring, truly feeling like the aggressor of that side. Charlotte Flair not looking to allow a rally, throwing a lot of strikes that time. Sending Piper into the corner. The queen is feeling it in New York City. Dropping an elbow right to Piper. Dare I say, a knee. And a pair of them. Charlotte Flair came into the ring looking a little bit off balance, looking a little bit rusty, but she has gotten her feet underneath of her, and that is not going to go well for Piper Niven and company. Once again unloading with some signature Flair chops. Charlotte Flair not looking like she missed a beat. A woman who has held championship gold all across WWE. That is going to be heard all around New York City. Charlotte Flair's feeling it. Piper in trouble. Natural selection. Oh, and unfortunately that dastardly Chelsea Green breaking things up. Tag made to Bayley. Charlotte Flair laid the groundwork, hoping Bayley can now come build a foundation. Going for an elbow, but once again, Piper's in this matchup. Piper Niven truly feeling like the captain of that trio that opposes these horsewomen tonight. Reversal for reversal this time. Who's going to get the best of one another? These two women own singles victories over each other. Bayley defeating Piper back in the month of May on Velocity. Piper has pinned Bayley on Monday Night Raw. Tonight, a different outing in the midst of this 6-woman tag team matchup, but obviously knowing each other's game book very well. Once again, Piper taken down off the reversal, but can Bayley capitalize? Piper may be hanging in there, but she's got to be feeling worse for wear after that natural selection and loads of strikes by one Charlotte Flair. And now Bayley gonna rub some salt in the wounds. At least momentarily before Piper ruined the fun. Piper and Niven could really use a tag right now, but I don't know if she's interested. May want the destruction on her own hands. Squashing Bayley in enemy territory. My goodness, this is why Piper has been such a problem for the horsewomen to figure out on Monday Night Raw. Just when you think you got her down, she finds a way to get back up, but there's Bayley. Bayley to belly may have been over with if Sonya Deville wasn't an X Factor. Bayley striking while the iron's hot, and now a tag made to one man, Becky Lynch. Becky coming with fire underneath of her. Everybody trying to add on to the offense that Piper Niven has already suffered. Oh no, this could be all she wrote. Disarmer locked in on Piper Niven. Chelsea and Sonya risking disqualification if they get in there to break this thing up again. We got a strict referee in the zebra stripes. Well, Piper Niven, luckily, with some power on her side, able to muscle the man off of her. Becky almost getting squashed in the corner. The action revving up here in New York City. Becky going for a familiar ride. Charlotte Flair not going to allow a 3 count to be made.
That's a tag.
Tag made to Sonya Deville. And this is not what the horsewomen could have wanted. Fresh legs on the opposite side of the ring. A lot of offense on Piper Niven. Now Sonya Deville, who has had time for some R&R. Maybe not, won't matter as Becky Lynch muscles her down. Bit of a manhandle slam variation. May have gotten the 3 count that time. Piper Niven may be weary, but able to get in there and break things up. There's another tag to Charlotte Flair. See, the horsewomen know each other extremely well and are doing their best to keep each other fresh. Gotta commend the effort of those 3 women. Bayley and Becky looking to finally draw the line in the sand and finish this tonight. They've called upon the heavy artillery in Charlotte Flair, but it may not matter. Oh no. Sonya coming unglued. Charlotte Flair once again creating some distance. Nothing fancy that time, but Sonya got turned inside out. That's all you could have hoped for. Tag made to Bayley. From Becky to Charlotte to Bayley. Will somebody find an exclamation point on this matchup? Rose plant in the middle of the Big Apple. We got a victory for that trio of horsewomen. One exciting contest featuring the return, the reemergence of the Queen Charlotte Flair, aligning with 2 old friends in the man Becky Lynch and the woman who secured the 3 count in Bayley.
Here are your winners, the team of Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair.
Well, the struggle for supremacy that has taken over Monday Night Raw for the better part of 2 months finally put to rest as Bayley and Becky Lynch call upon the heavy guns. The Queen Charlotte Flair re-emerging tonight, aligning with these 2 horsewomen to take down a common enemy. What a sight to behold here at Queen of the Ring. After no mercy is shown and a queen is crowned, the bad blood will boil over. coming your way live on Saturday night, October 19th from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Witness the unforgiving, high-octane, and high-stakes action as Raw, SmackDown, and Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present WWE Bad Blood. What a night it has been already here at Queen of the Ring. We are live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. It's been a noteworthy night here in the Garden. As a matter of fact, it's been a noteworthy day. Hell, Lyra Valkyria showing up here in New York City. Charlotte Flair returning moments ago. But there is some fresh talent, some new blood on their way to Monday Night Raw. As first reported by USA Today earlier today, one of the hottest free agents in professional wrestling, Jade Cargill, has signed on the dotted line with WWE. And we can confirm that 1 month from today, the Storm will arrive on Monday Night Raw. Jade Cargill is coming. Mark your calendars. Monday night, October the 21st, live from New Orleans, Louisiana, Jade Cargill arrives on Raw. Awesome news here at Queen of the Ring, but there is still so much more action still to come, including the defense of the women's tag team titles. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky. These two women have been hot on the tails of Zoey Stark and Shayna Baszler over the last month on SmackDown. It was Baszler and Stark who knocked Asuka and Io out of competition on their route to Saturday night's main event in the beginning of August, where they defeated Raw's Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville to capture the women's tag team titles. Baszler and Stark moving on to successfully defend those championships against Raw's Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, but Asuka and Io Sky have been keeping a close eye on the champions. Eventually their paths crossed in the means of singles competition. Io taking down Zoey Stark on SmackDown. Asuka pinning the shoulders of Shayna Baszler on WWE Live 2 weeks ago. These two women have certainly had the numbers of the tag team champions in singles bouts, but can they get it done in duos action when the gold is on the line? The answer to that question is why the lights are on bright here at Madison Square Garden. The rough and tough WWE Women's Tag Team Champions marching down the aisle with purpose as they look to once again successfully defend that gold. Asuka and Io Sky may have gotten the best of these two women from bell to bell in singles action, but Baszler and Stark have proven to be a problem in tag team affairs. They have beaten Asuka and Io in tag team action before. Can they do it again with the gold on the line? All remains to be seen. The first championship match of this evening, high-profile one at that. All these SmackDown stars set to clash over that interpromotional championship that is around the waist of the Queen of Spades and that pit bull like Zoey Stark. Tag team titles are on the line. Let's send things down to the ring for your official pre-match introductions.
The following contest is a tag match set for one fall, and it is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, the team of Io Sky and Asuka. And their opponents, the team of Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark.
Baszler and Stark laser focused on the task at hand. They know Asuka and Io may have their numbers, but their confidence lies in this style of matchup. Their second defense of the championship here tonight in New York City. Will it be another successful defense, or will Asuka and Io ride their momentum into winning the championship gold? Asuka and Io picking up a victory over Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox just 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Looking to pick up another W over Baszler and Stark tonight. Charles Robinson has called for the bell, and Shayna Baszler hot out of the gate, trying to snap Io Sky in half with that spear. Baszler holding no punches as the bell has sounded here in New York City. Io sent into enemy territory, not where she wants to reside. Tag made to Zoey Stark, and the champions now looking for some double team offense in the early going. Zoey Stark really breaking out in 2024, taken under the wing by Shayna Baszler in the first half of this year. And that partnership has truly shown to benefit Zoey as she now houses one half of the tag team titles. Zoey Stark pushing Io Sky to her limit in singles competition a few weeks ago. It was just in the last few moments that the genius of the Sky turned the tables. I'm sure that loss has not left the mind of Zoey Stark, one of those losses that creeps in your mind late at night and keeps you up from bell to bell. Zoey Stark will right that wrong here in New York City. Not if Io and Asuka, two women from the land of the rising sun, who have won many championships before here in WWE, but looking at house tag team gold for the very first time. That is Zoey Stark, who is fighting at enemy territory, and Io Sky with a pair of boots. Going for the early victory here. I think Io Sky knew she wasn't going to get the pinfall just yet, forcing Zoey Stark to expend some energy in the early moments of this contest. Io knows what it's like to be in there with Stark. She felt her first hand just a few weeks ago on SmackDown. Now Asuka getting a crack at Zoey for the first time since last month when these duos first met. Asuka pulling out a rare feat, pitting the shoulders of Shayna Baszler to the canvas in singles competition. Not something you see every day here in the WWE, but Asuka was able to do it just a few weeks ago in Edmonton, Alberta at WWE Live. Will that benefit the challengers this evening? Another double team offense by Asuka and Io, and a knee right to the button. And once again, Io Sky going for an early victory here. Zoey Stark is still in this matchup. Io Sky and Asuka pulling out some heavy strikes. We'll talk about Shayna Baszler holding no punches. Asuka and Io know all about it. Zoey, I don't even know if she intended to send Io Sky over the top rope, but Io's own momentum sending her for an amusement park ride. We're at Madison Square Garden, not Coney Island, but Io Sky just going up and down on the roller coaster, and now sent back inside the squared circle into the waiting arms of Zoey Stark. Nice German suplex with a release. Stark and Baszler, two women who have really been well received by these audiences all around the globe due to their hard work, their grit and determination in between the ropes. Respect is there. With Baszler, Stark in the WWE Universe, there's nothing this capacity crowd can do tonight. It is all on the shoulders of the champions to get the job done. Baszler now in and looking to build on what Zoey Stark has already established. Easier said than done when you were in there with Io Sky, who now hoists Shayna in the air raid crash. Io Sky loves to take things to the sky, no pun intended, but willing to bring things down to the canvas if need be. She's got Shayna Baszler forcefully looking up at the lights at the current moment. They're just looking to institute some beatdown punishment. Shayna Baszler sent into the challenger's corner once more, not where she wants to be fighting out of. Meteor in the corner, back against the wall, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Io Sky just caught her between a rock and a hard place that time. Baszler may be in trouble, which is a rare occurrence to see. Into the pinfall she goes to win the gold, not just yet. Zoey Stark ensuring that the championships stay in their grasp. It was this time last year Shayna Baszler was coming out of a reign as WWE Women's Champion, was approaching a Women's World Championship reign, one that kicked off in this very building last November at Survivor Series. Baszler now returns to MSG, one half of the tag team champions, but if Asuka and Io have their way, it may be short-lived. Great duos offense by the challengers thus far tonight, whether you like it or not. Io scaling the ropes, could be looking for the over-the-moon moonsault. Goes for it. Nobody home in the delivery. They don't call it high risk, high reward for nothing. Crash and burn. Shayna Baszler now adding some salt in the wounds with a knee right to the jawline. Io, dazed, confused, wishing she was anywhere but the champion's corner. Once again, a tag made to Zoey Stark, the champions in need of some fresh legs, and Zoey Stark hoping to do one good. Face first off the canvas goes Io. That is that grit and hard work and determination that we have talked about with the champions. Zoey Stark, physical as all hell inside of that ring. And Io Sky almost got turned away. Able to get the shoulder up once again, but clearly damage has been done to one half of the challengers. Zoey looking to continue that offense, but Io Sky breaking out from the pack. A much needed tag to the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. You know, two of the most dominant women in WWE history competing in this tag team title matchup in Asuka and Shayna Baszler. Asuka looking to pick apart the youngest woman in this contest in terms of experience, that being Zoey Stark. Pinfall this time, Zoey, again tough as nails, able to get that shoulder off the canvas. Asuka may hit harder than anybody in the women's division, and Zoey Stark just felt that firsthand. Now trying to soften up one half of the champions, possibly for one of the various submission holds that Asuka likes to implore. Roundhouse kick! Thanks for coming! This one would have been over if it weren't for Shayna Baszler still being on the soles of her feet. Oh no, Asuka going to the top. Oh, Alexa against it, fake out, bait and switch. Went after Shayna Baszler. And now Asuka takes out Baszler at ringside. What a fake out. Zoey went to the outside. Asuka scaled the top rope. While Baszler's eye was taken off the ball, Asuka went after the Queen of Spades. Dare I say, that was some genius maneuvering by the Empress of Tomorrow. Io Sky tagged in. Just that brief hesitation, allowing Zoey Stark to create an opportunity. Z360 to retain the titles. Not just yet. The same maneuver that won Stark and Baszler the championships back at Saturday night's main event. Almost the maneuver that brought them the victory tonight. Got to give credit to Zoey. That was a veteran decision. Striking while the iron was hot with that Z360. Tag made of the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, in hopes that Shayna has an opportunity, finds a way to keep down the challengers. Oh, wait a minute, I believe she is locked in an armbar here. Can't see how much it is locked in by our vantage point. I don't know if it's in well enough because Io Sky able to scapegoat out of it. Into the corner goes Baszler. Oh no, Shayna Baszler hoisted on top. Not where you want to be, especially when it's being dictated by one Io Sky. This is not going to go well for anybody. Look out below! Spanish Fly! Tag made to Asuka. Baszler may be out. Might need a shovel to get these bodies off the canvas tonight if Asuka has her way. Baszler trying to create some distance. I can't believe she's still got fight. All of a sudden, Karafuda clutch to the Empress of Tomorrow. Well, Asuka found a way out of this at WWE Live, turned the pressure on Baszler and pinned her shoulders to the mat. Clearly, Shayna not having enough in the tank to hold on to that submission hold while Asuka was in there. Gotta commend the effort out of the Queen of Spades, just as he commend the effort of Zoey Stark to break up that pinfall. Poor Charles Robinson might have got caught up in the crosshairs. Here's a tag made. Asuka tagging in the Genius of the Sky. And once again, those two women finding themselves in firm control. Baszler has taken some heavy offense over the last few moments. Ever since that Spanish fly, it has been lights out for the Queen of Spades. Io scaling the ropes. Over the moonsault. Pinpoint accuracy. Dead center of the ring. We have new tag team champions.
Here are your winners, the team of
Asuka and Io Sky playing their cards correct, wrestling this matchup to perfection, just as they have in the singles competition leading up to tonight. Tonight was the true test. Tonight was duos action. Tonight was when the gold was on the line. Asuka and Io Sky did not miss the target. We have new women's tag team champions, and their names are Asuka and Io Sky, leaving the Big Apple with the gold. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a No Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry into monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain with behind-the-scenes updates, exclusive content to see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. Well, our first championship match moments ago, seeing the championship change hands. Will that be the result? Coming up next, courtesy of Friday Night SmackDown, the Women's World Championship is on the line. The First Lady of the Latino World Order, Zelina Vega, back at her home state of New York as she takes on the young prodigy in Roxanne Perez. The Women's World title on the line. You take a look at the history between these two women. Zelina Vega, the first person to stand up for Raquel Rodriguez when she was stabbed in the back by Roxanne Perez months ago on SmackDown. All in pursuit of Perez's opportunity to become the Women's World Champion, which she made the most of last month at SummerSlam, dethroning Raquel Rodriguez and capturing the very Women's World Championship she so desired. Well, those issues with Zelina Vega were still looming, and just days later on Friday Night SmackDown, in the midst of tag team combat, the LWO's First Lady pinning the brand new Women's World Champions shoulders to the mat. No denying Zelina Vega as the #1 contender. Roxanne Perez has taken any route she needed to get the edge over a woman who may have her number, ambushing Zelina not once but twice on Friday Night SmackDown. Zelina Vega fighting through all those attacks and continuing to keep her momentum high with victories as of late on the blue brand. Is tonight gonna be her night, or will the prodigy and her reign as Women's World Championship roll on?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's World Championship.
Tonight for Zelina Vega just may mean more. Back here in New York, so much family lineage, a personal battle for Zelina Vega here tonight. And in the world's most famous arena nonetheless, the pressure is on Zelina Vega's shoulders to not only show up, but to show out, to take down a woman she feels has disrespected not only Raquel Rodriguez, not only herself, but the SmackDown locker room in its entirety in Roxanne Perez. Perez showing that she will travel any lengths to capture the Women's World Championship. And if the last few weeks have shown us anything, she may travel any lengths to keep the Women's World Championship. Zelina Vega may be in for a fight tonight, but Roxanne Perez, dare I say, is walking in to enemy territory. But is that a problem for the Prodigy? Many looked at her as the underdog last month at SummerSlam, especially with the year that Raquel Rodriguez has had. But Roxanne Perez did what we expect Zelina Vega to do tonight, and that's show up and show out, taking down Raquel last month at the biggest party of the summer in front of a capacity crowd in Ford Field in Detroit. Perez had the pressure on her shoulders on that night, and she made the most of it. The results are around her waist, the Women's World Championship that she now houses. But those issues with Zelina Vega continuing to surround that championship. Zelina looking to do one good by Raquel, take away the championship from Roxanne Perez here tonight, and finally teach that young prodigy some respect. Roxanne may have had the sneak attacks, but Zelina has had the momentum. It may be an even playing field as the Women's World Championship is on the line.
Introducing the challenger from Queens, New York, Zelina Vega! And her opponent from Laredo, Texas, the WWE Women's World Champion, Roxanne Perez!
Just last night on SmackDown up in Buffalo, Zelina Vega securing another last-minute victory to ensure momentum was at an all-time high on the road to Queen of the Ring tonight. Will these victories that have continued to rake up for Zelina Vega pay her dividends here this evening? We await an answer to that question. No doubt the biggest opportunity of Vega's career. The veteran in this matchup against Roxanne Perez, who may be young but has been successful. The bell has sounded and we are underway with this Women's World Championship matchup. Zelina Vega extra aggressive off the opening bell. What Vega cannot do tonight is be way overzealous, cannot allow the frustration that I'm sure has been boiling over thanks to those attacks by Roxanne Perez fuel her to seeing red tonight. What happens when you see red? It blinds you. It forces you to really make mistakes, and if that happens, Roxanne Perez is going to see an opportunity and she's going to take it. Zelina Vega not looking for that to be the case. Meteor off the middle buckle in the early moments. Vega exploded like a firecracker off that opening bell. Roxanne Perez could not have been expecting this. Vega may be the veteran in this matchup, but Roxanne Perez has proven no matter how long you've been in this industry, she is just built different. We have witnessed her rise on Friday Night SmackDown over the last few months. A change in attitude has brought the Prodigy so much success. You may not like it, you may not respect it, but you can't deny the results. Zelina Vega certainly isn't a fan of it and is looking to take away what means the most to Roxanne Perez tonight, and that's the Women's World Championship. Zelina sending Roxanne to the ropes that time. Credit to Perez just running right through the First Lady of the Latino World Order. Zelina Vega's second crack at the gold in 2024. She had challenged Shayna Baszler during Baszler's reign as champion back in April in San Juan, Puerto Rico at Backlash, a matchup that did not go the way of Vega. Will the second time be the charm against a vastly different opponent? Certainly a question that waits determination as Zelina Vega is looking up at the lights momentarily. I'll tell you what, Roxanne Perez better be ready for a fight because Zelina is not going to see this matchup go by the wayside that easy. Springboard crossbody. Didn't get all of it, but got enough of it. If Roxanne Perez was falling off her feet, I think Zelina's going to consider that a W. Great agility and great tenacity being shown by Vega in the early moments of this matchup as Roxanne Perez once again reversing whatever Vega had in mind and running right through the challenger. just trying to crush her confidence and take her wind out of her sails. Vega may be fighting close to home tonight here in New York City, but Roxanne Perez is not interested in a warm homecoming for the challenger. Only interested in her own affairs as she delivers a crossbody of her own. Vega's got to feel confident coming into this matchup, knowing she has pinned the shoulders of Roxanne Perez already, days after Perez had won the Women's World title. Of course, that came in the midst of a tag team bout on Friday Night SmackDown. In a singles competition with the titles on the line, a completely different story. Can Vega have lightning strike twice once again tonight? Right now, Roxanne Perez is doing all she can to just deflate the bubble of Zelina Vega's excitement, along with the capacity crowd here in New York City. Off the knee, Perez, hurry up offense into the cover. Once again, Vega hangs in there in this championship matchup. I'll tell you, each and every bout tonight, there has been some great writing on it, whether it's been the Queen of the Ring semi-final matches that will lead to your main event in just a bit. Lyra Valkyria from NXT emerging tonight. Charlotte Flair with the epic return. Just a bit ago, new tag team champions. Unfortunately for Zelina Vega, a new Women's World Champion may not be. Roxanne Perez, huge frog splash moments ago, and elected not to go for the pinfall just yet. Just wants to institute a beatdown on a very game challenger. Vega brought to her feet, not by will, but by force of the Women's World Champion. And a Luthez, and just hammering away on her challenger. Zelina rolling to the outside, trying to catch a breather, trying to get some much-needed R&R. It looked like Perez was getting ready to take flight. She hesitated, but now maybe regretting that decision. Do not hesitate against a veteran like Zelina Vega. Perez thought twice, and Vega proving that was a costly misstep. Bulldog at ringside. Now Zelina Vega bringing this fight back inside the ring. Facebuster. And again she goes over. Zelina Vega starting to feel it here in New York City. Sidestepped by the Prodigy. Momentary hesitation by Vega. But on the reverse side is not going to make the same mistake as Perez and allow that momentum to be handed back on a silver platter. Sent into the ropes, and that time Vega got what she wanted. Perez was hoping to run through it once more, but Vega with the drop toe hold. Perez tried to go high, Zelina went low, and Zelina was the victor. Vega's got to bounce some significant offense, though. She has got to try to find a way to keep Perez down or put her on top. Vega's obviously got something in mind. Who are we to question? Superplex by the challenger. Here she goes. New champ on the horizon. Not just yet. New York City coming unglued for their hometown native. Unfortunately for Zelina Vega, victory wasn't to be that time, but you gotta feel the confidence starting to rise. Oh man, Roxanne Perez sent to the outside. Zelina Vega is not looking to slow down. Double boots right to the champ's dome. Vega going skyward, and it paid off. And this is what Zelina Vega's got to do. Keep her foot on the gas pedal. Do not allow the champion to have any sort of breathing room. Oh no, she's going up top, but Roxanne Perez bringing her right back down to the canvas. Just like that, the rug taken out from underneath Vega's feet. And now Perez looking to rev up the engines in her own manner. Dip and a dive. Down goes Vega off the hesitation lariat. Into the corner. Vega muscled down. Once again, roll to the outside. Roxanne Perez does not second guess herself. Elects for the tope suicida, and it proves to be the right decision. Just like that, the tides have changed in this Women's World Championship matchup. Vega taken out at ringside, and the Prodigy all of a sudden is in control. This is not what Zelina Vega can afford. She cannot afford Roxanne Perez to continue to stack the offense, especially on the outsides of the ring. Perez, obviously with a champion's advantage in this matchup, could retain the gold via countout. Certainly not how Zelina Vega wants to see her championship opportunity go up in smoke. Vega trying to hustle to her feet. Roxanne Perez doing all she can to not allow that. Back inside the ring we go. Zelina struggling to get to the soles of her shoes. Roxanne with a kick. Wait a minute. Pop rocks. It's over. Into the cover. Not just yet. Zelina Vega's still alive. Vega kicks out of Pop Rocks. And all of a sudden, the First Lady of the Latino World Order has got daylight. Down goes the champion. Zelina trying to switch into a new gear, find a different route, find a different path to becoming the champion here tonight in Madison Square Garden. With the heart of the Latino World Order on her sleeve, can she keep down Roxanne Perez? Russian leg sweep that time, going for a submission hold here, little close to the ropes. Does she have enough? Very hard to keep on that kind of hold, especially this late in the matchup, but Roxanne Perez not going to allow it to enter deep waters. Once again, a kick to the gut. Roxanne not trying to allow a rally. Scales the ropes. Down goes Vega, forcefully. Down goes Perez. Or at least holds on her feet. Almost went down that time. Oh no. Speaking of going down, Vega just went down swinging. Back and forth, these two women throwing some live rounds, but it's the Prodigy who's left standing. It seemed as if Zelina Vega saw a window of opportunity. Perez, however, slamming it shut. Or maybe not. Never discount Zelina Vega, who has scratched and clawed her way to this opportunity. She has pinned Perez before. She wants to do it again where it matters most. Double knees into the corner. Every time it seems Zelina has an opportunity to get back in this matchup, Perez does not allow it. And even if it's the most unenthusiastic way, Vega barely scraping her shoulder off the canvas. Head scissors takedown. Now or never for the challenger. Code red! Code red! Code red! No! Roxanne Perez kicks out. What a match here at Queen of the Ring. Zelina Vega looking to leave no stone unturned. Any means necessary to hold the hardware at the other side of the upcoming bell. Perez sent back inside the ring. Zelina scaling the ropes. What does she have in mind? Moonsault! Pinfall! No 3 count to be had. Man, oh man, what a fight between the champion and the challenger. We are entering a true war of attrition between these two women. It's at this point in the matchup where it doesn't matter how you got here. What matters is the now. And Roxanne Perez might be feeling that one on Sunday morning. Zelina Vega, crucifix pinfall. Almost stole the championship. Who's got enough left in the tank in these championship rounds, in these deep waters? Zelina Vega may have Perez exactly where she wants her. Scales the ropes once again. Springboard, second moonsault. Call it a deuce. Unfortunately, there wasn't a trace. Roxanne Perez is still alive here in New York City. Well, Vega can't believe it. She's asking Jessica Carr, are you sure that wasn't 3? Vega has emptied the tank. Double moonsault. The code red a few moments ago. Everything in between. There's Roxanne off the rushing leg sweep, float over to the pinfall, but Zelina Vega has still got adrenaline flowing through her. How? I don't know. The desire to be a champion is fueling both of these women here tonight. Zelina Vega may have thrown her best shots. Roxanne Perez finding a way to get back in control. Impaler DDT. And I don't think the Prodigy's done. Could be looking for a second. Pop rocks. And it lands flush. This one's over. Perez retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the WWE Women's World Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Zelina Vega with her most valiant effort of her career. Damn near almost had this matchup won on several occasions. But you gotta give the Devil credit where it's due. The Prodigy Roxanne Perez, like her attitude or not, continues to be a success, waltzing into New York City and retaining her hardware. Last year, 16 of WWE's best cruiserweights clashed in an 8-week tournament to decide who stood above the rest at 205 pounds and under. This year, we do it all over again. Sunday afternoons at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, kicking off on September the 29th. 16 men representing SmackDown, NXT, and TNA Wrestling will participate in the 2024 edition of the Cruiserweight Classic. With the field more wide open than ever before, who will scratch and claw their way to greatness and be crowned the winner of the historic Cruiserweight Classic? Coming up next here in New York City is the triple threat matchup for the WWE Women's Championship. The champion Cora Jade stuck between a rock and a hard place as she meets the EST, Bianca Belair, as well as the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley. We take you back to last month at SummerSlam, where Bianca Belair stood toe-to-toe with then Women's Champion Rhea Ripley herself. Bianca pulling out all the stops in the middle of Detroit, Michigan to capture the WWE Women's title, her first singles championship in over 2 years here in the WWE. A huge moment in the career of the EST that was unfortunately only to be for a few short moments. Miss Money in the Bank, Cora Jade recognizing a weakened champion, cashing in her Money in the Bank contract, and capturing the Women's Championship for the very first time. Well, Cora has found out just what it means to sit atop the women's division, a target that has been on her back for weeks, even going back to this Monday night on Raw, where her shoulders were pinned by Bianca Belair. Chaos ensuing after the matchup as Rhea Ripley once again tried to get her pound of flesh. Bianca Belair coming to the save, even in the playing field, and saving Cora Jade from yet another beatdown by the Eradicator. But tonight in New York City, it is every woman for herself. One pinfall or submission to a finish. The WWE Women's Championship is on the line. Up next in a triple threat matchup.
I'm on my own against the rock.
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the WWE Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
Well, 2 championship matches in the tank tonight already. They have split the difference. 1 retention and 1 title changing hands. What will be the result in this triple threat matchup? Certainly the odds stacked against the champion in Cora Jade. You are looking at the woman, the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair, who just this past Monday Night on Raw pinned the shoulders of Cora Jade in a one-on-one matchup. Bianca Belair in hopes to do so again here tonight. But I'll tell you what, championship or not, when this woman enters a room, the mood just changes. The dominating Eradicator has arrived in MSG.
And introducing the challenger, representing the Judgment Day, from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley has held the Women's Championship for the better part of the last year in WWE. However, there has been some bumps in the road. Of course, we talked about earlier tonight how she fell short at WrestleMania to Liv Morgan. But what happened just 2 months later? Rhea Ripley righted that wrong at Vengeance in May, once again capturing the Women's Championship. We saw what happened last month in Ford Field. Rhea Ripley toppled by the EST Bianca Belair. Bianca on top of the mountain for just a short moment until Miss Money in the Bank, Cora Jade, arrived on the scene. Rhea Ripley once again walks in as a challenger in hopes to right the wrong of the past. Will we once again be living in the era of the Eradicator at the other side of the bell? Or will we still be living in the generation of Cora Jade?
And introducing the champion from Chicago, Illinois, the WWE Women's Champion, Cora Jade.
You know, several women have really started to make waves in 2024. You talk about Raquel Rodriguez and Tiffany Stratton, the 2 women who will compete in your main event coming up next. Roxanne Perez over on SmackDown, the current Women's World Champion. Cora Jade hanging out in that category as somebody who has really broken through the glass ceiling in 2024. Rising the ranks of Monday Night Raw, capturing the Money in the Bank contract, cashing it in successfully 5 weeks ago in Ford Field. But can she topple these overmounting odds tonight in New York City? 2 of the roughest, 2 of the toughest, 2 of the most intimidating challengers that Cora Jade could possibly dream up. She truly, most literally, finds herself between a rock and a hard place tonight against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Will Cora Jade be able to find a moment, just as she did at SummerSlam, just the right moment to walk away with the championship? All remains to be seen as those 2 challengers look game, and Cora Jade gotta wonder where her head's at after the loss this past Monday Night on Raw. And the bell has sounded. We are underway in your co-main event here tonight at Queen of the Ring, the triple threat matchup courtesy of the Red Brand for the WWE Women's title. You know, we saw just last weekend in Montreal at No Mercy just how the triple threat does not favor the defending champion. As Cora Jade knocked down momentarily by Bianca Belair, we look at last week at No Mercy, CM Punk walking in as the WWE Champion. AJ Styles pitting the other challenger, LA Knight, to win the title. CM Punk losing his gold without even being involved in the equation. Cora Jade finds herself in that same position tonight. If Rhea pins Bianca or vice versa, Cora could be leaving empty-handed without even being a casualty. Hopefully for Cora Jade's sake, that is not what goes down here in Madison Square Garden. Cora Jade would much rather be the one receiving the pinfall and walking away with the championship. Certainly a struggle to get sustained momentum in this kind of matchup. Tried and true. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head. A tale as old as time is the details of a triple threat matchup. Just when you think you got momentum, somebody's sneaking up from behind you, just like Cora did that time, and takes you right out from under you. Oh no, there's Bianca Belair looking to take the most advantage of the rules, swinging a piece of hardware in that steel chair. No love lost between the EST and the Nightmare herself, but Cora Jade catching the tail end of that steel as well. Here you see Rhea Ripley coming to the day. Coming to save the day, I should say. This time last year, the month of September, to be exact, that it was Rhea Ripley cashing in Money in the Bank to become the WWE Women's Champion. Now 1 year later, Rhea Ripley hopes to once again become the rightful holder of the hardware here at Madison Square Garden. Not if she is the one getting ganged up on by the champion Cora Jade and fellow challenger Bianca Belair. And that steel chair in prime position for some casualty landings. There you go again. I don't care who's getting the best of it, who's getting the worst of it. They're all gonna feel it tomorrow morning. Rhea Ripley just trying to dominate. Oh no, Cora in prime position, slingshotted right on that steel. My goodness, nothing fancy about it. Certainly effective. And now it's Bianca trying to use her strength to her advantage. Normally not something you have against Rhea Ripley, but Bianca Belair may be pound for pound the strongest woman in World Wrestling Entertainment. Cora Jade trying to sneak up from behind, but just gets sent right out from under the ring. And now Bianca Belair with Rhea Ripley in her sights. Face first she goes. And I'm trying to add some insult to injury with the use of that steel chair. It almost feels like Bianca and Rhea are hell-bent on tearing each other apart, and Cora Jade is damn near an afterthought. And that very well may play in to Cora Jade having an advantage. Rhea going after Bianca, but was not keeping her eyes on the champion herself. And now Cora looking to take advantage of that fact. Down to the canvas goes the Nightmare. Into the cover. Rhea Ripley gets the shoulder up at the last-ditch second. Bianca right there, trying to take advantage. Find Cora Jade right where she had her on Monday Night Raw, and that's looking up at the lights. Back body drop. Right on the chair again. That chair alone is looking like it's been through a car wreck. Bianca Belair rejecting whatever Cora Jade had in mind. Rhea on the shoulders. Down she goes. KOD. But no way Bianca Belair could realistically thought she was going to win this matchup right there, because Cora Jade is on her feet. Bianca sent to the outside. And it seems as if Cora Jade is looking to take advantage of a weakened Eradicator. Not just yet. Rhea Ripley creating a little distance. That KOD might have been delivered, but the Nightmare's still breathing. Of course, the maneuver that pinned Rhea last month at SummerSlam. Cora looking to pick up the scraps. Almost had her. Anybody's ball game in this triple threat matchup here tonight in Madison Square Garden. Cora Jade once again with Rhea Ripley in her grasp, at least for a moment. Bianca coming from behind. It's got the champion all kinds of tied up. Cora now sent to the corner as you see fatigue starting to set in this matchup. Something that really sets in a hell of a lot earlier in a triple threat style affair opposed to a one-on-one. The action's non-stop. So hard to get a minute of R&R. As Bianca Belair is now finding out Rhea Ripley just trying to stretch out that rib cage. Bianca, however, with a well-timed reversal. Wait a minute here. Cora Jade now at ringside. Cora, clearly with plans in mind, clearing off the announce table. Cora Jade realizing that she's got to find a way to try to divide and conquer her two tough challengers. And maybe the use of the table is going to be what Cora leans on. Bianca and Rhea obviously trying to avoid that disaster. Rhea now coming up from behind, eyes locked on the EST, and maybe it's Rhea Ripley who is going to look to institute the table. Bianca Belair looking worse for wear, all the while Cora Jade, I think, might be taking advantage of the opportunity. Bianca Belair is dazed. Oh! Rhea Ripley trying to interfere, might not matter. Down goes Bianca Belair, right through the announce table. Bianca wiped out, and now Rhea Ripley looking to take advantage of the young, hungry champion. Bianca barely, only with adrenaline and based off instinct, struggling to get to her feet. Now searching underneath the ring for God knows what. Cora Jade trying to do anything she can to keep a challenger down. Back inside the ring, waiting arms of Rhea Ripley, who is looking to eradicate Cora. Riptide. And that might have been all she wrote had Bianca Belair not gotten to her feet. Wait a minute now. Riptide to Bianca. Cora Jade struggling to get to her feet, and she takes Rhea Ripley down and out, trying to take advantage, and there is chaos in the ring. Any given second, the momentum changes in this kind of a matchup. Cora wiped out, at least for the moment. Rhea going for a frog splash. Nobody home with the delivery. Cora on the shoulders. KOD by Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley not going to allow a finish. And what a matchup we have on hand here in the Garden for the WWE Women's Championship. Two top challengers and the champion, all representing Monday Night Raw. Just when you think somebody is on top, and just when you think there's going to be a 3 count, here comes another soul to break up the affairs. Bianca sent to the outside. Cora Jade has got Rhea Ripley weakened. This may be Jade's best shot to try to retain the WWE Women's title. Rhea Ripley dazed. Cora looking to take advantage. Once again sending her inside out. Bianca Belair breaking things up. Cora almost had this matchup won. Cora Jade trying to fight, trying to get Bianca off her tail. Does not want to be looking up at the lights just as she was this past Monday in Toronto. Meanwhile, her two challengers breathing down her neck. Rhea Ripley looking to ragdoll the champion the hell out of the ring. Bianca from behind. And face first goes Rhea again. Rhea, a prime target. Bianca looking to hit the bullseye. KOD. Cora Jade hustling back into the ring. Bianca sent for an amusement park ride. Cora Jade into the pinfall. Cora has stolen the victory right out from under Bianca Belair's nose. Bianca did the damage in the late part of that matchup, but Cora Jade, right place, right time, taking advantage just as she did 5 weeks ago at SummerSlam.
Here is your winner, still the WWE Women's Champion, Cora Jade.
Lady Luck is once again on the side of the generation of Jade. The WWE Women's Championship was certainly at risk tonight, but Cora found a way to win. All three of these women throwing their best shots. A KOD to Rhea Ripley, with Bianca out of the equation, spelled a disastrous end for the EST and one successful night for Cora Jade. after no mercy is shown and a queen is crowned, the bad blood will boil over. Coming your way, live on Saturday night, October 19th, from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Witness the unforgiving, high-octane, and high-stakes action as Raw, SmackDown, and Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present WWE Bad Blood. It has been an incredible night here in the Big Apple in New York City for the inaugural Queen of the Ring event. But mark your calendars because 4 weeks from tonight, we are heading to the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Tensions are riding high and the bad blood is about to boil over. Saturday night, October 19th, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But we still have business to attend to here in the Garden. It is your Queen of the Ring Tournament Finals. Tiffany Stratton taking down Natalya, Bayley, and of course Liv Morgan earlier tonight. For Raquel Rodriguez, her road features victories over Nikki Cross, Jordynne Grace, as well as Alexa Bliss. Raw and SmackDown collide in the Queen of the Ring Tournament Finals right now in Madison Square Garden. Is it truly Tiffy's time to be on top?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
We kicked off tonight with a gutsy performance, and of course one that led to victory for the center of the universe, Tiffany Stratton. We talked about her road to tonight's tournament finals, taking down Natalya in her hometown of Calgary in the first round, a win over the veteran in Bayley in the quarterfinals, and of course a victory over the former WWE Women's Champion in Liv Morgan just short of 2 hours ago. Now Tiffany Stratton enters the biggest match of her young career, main eventing in Madison Square Garden. A chance to etch her name into the annals of history with a golden opportunity at Survivor Series in November hanging in the balance. Is there anyone more hungry to get back to the top, however, than one Raquel Rodriguez? A feisty battle with Nikki Cross in the opening round. A physical war of attrition with TNA knockout Jordynne Grace in the quarterfinals. And earlier tonight, scratching and clawing her way through a game goddess, Alexa Bliss. 5 weeks removed from losing the Women's Championship at SummerSlam, Raquel Rodriguez finds herself back into the limelight with a chance to catapult herself back to the top of the SmackDown Women's Division. We have waited weeks for tonight's main event. It is SmackDown's Raquel Rodriguez versus Raw's Tiffany Stratton, the inaugural Queen of the Ring Tournament Finals. The bell has sounded and we are underway here at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Tiffany Stratton hot out of the gate. Raquel Rodriguez, usually with the size and strength advantage over her opponents, definitely has the height advantage over Tiffany Stratton, but take nothing away from the strength of Tiffany herself, something she leaned on in her matchup with Liv Morgan earlier tonight. Starting to unload on Raquel in the early moments of this matchup. Down she goes again. She could be trying to take out the power game of Raquel in the early moments here. Should be very interesting to see how these two women adapt. You know, it's very interesting when you get these interpromotional matches. You're not around the same talent each and every week scouting the competition. When's the last time Tiffany Stratton really was scouting Raquel Rodriguez as a possible future opponent, like she may have been for Natalya, for Bayley, like Liv Morgan as well throughout the tournament? Same thing can be said about Raquel Rodriguez. You really got to think on your feet and try to put together a game plan in just a short bit of time between your semifinal matches earlier tonight and, of course, this main event. With such high stakes hanging in the balance, neither woman looking to make a misstep and see that opportunity go by the wayside. There's Stratton caught up by the strength of Raquel. Only a 1 count that time. Only a short break when you really think about it to rest and recuperate between matches tonight. Gotta head back, catch your breath, rehydrate, and just refocus on the match ahead. That's all you can do. But obviously, neither of these women are going to be walking into this contest 100%. It's one thing to be hurt, it's a whole other thing to be injured. If they were injured, they wouldn't be allowed inside the squared circle. A little bit banged up, they're going to fight. Raquel sending Tiffany into the corner. Again, trying to use that size and strength to her advantage. She could find a way to woman handle Tiffany. That might be her best bet. Slingshotting her out of the corner into the powerbomb position. Time Asia Smith got into position. Stratton was already getting her shoulder off the canvas. Wait a minute. Inside cradle here. Raquel Rodriguez, same situation. Not even allowing a 1 count. Both women going for the quick victories. You really can't blame them. Only they know how much was taken out of their own bodies earlier tonight and how much they realistically have left in the tank. That is what the Queen of the Ring tournament is all about, especially tonight. You made it this far. You push yourself a little bit forward, your name will be remembered forever. Nice crossbody by Stratton. Just some of the talent that Tiffany possesses in just a few short years in this industry. Some of the reasons why she is here tonight in this main event. But Raquel Rodriguez has proven all year long that she has what it takes to be the top dog, whether it's on SmackDown or the whole of WWE. Losing the Women's World Championship may have just been the fire underneath of Raquel that she needed to get back to the top. We have seen her thrive throughout the tournament thus far. Will she do so again? Exploding out of the corner, and adds a little salt in the wound with that knee. Going to rearrange those pretty features of the center of the universe. Raquel Rodriguez has got Stratton down, and she just needs to keep her there. Certainly trying to rally here in the middle of Madison Square Garden in your main event tonight. Oh man, once again, Tiffany Stratton going for a ride. Only so many of those kind of slams you can take. At some point, the body's going to give out on you, but Raquel Rodriguez is hoping that is sooner rather than later. Now, we talked about earlier tonight how Raquel has been known to thrive in those championship rounds per se, those deep waters, but with the second bout she is participating in tonight, how deep can Raquel really travel? I don't think Raquel is looking to test. I think she's looking to get this done. Same with Stratton here, as she finds a way to get Raquel on her shoulders. Fireman's carry position, little bit of snake eyes. Double boots. That'll knock the wind out of you. It's been one hell of a night full of great action in the ring, surprises, championship matches, and now it all culminates with this tournament finals. And Tiffany Stratton, no matter how, is looking to get the victory, even if it's via countout. Or maybe not, following Raquel to the outside, or elects against it. Not sure about the strategy of Tiffany there. Also don't want to question if she's made it this far, but she gave Raquel time for some R&R. Tiffany Stratton, in a moment's notice, finds herself on spaghetti legs. And it's Raquel once again charging up and tackling down the center of the universe. Raquel Rodriguez certainly with more big match experience opposed to her opponent tonight that may come back to benefit her. And we talked about earlier as well how Raquel Rodriguez may have been in her own head coming into Madison Square Garden tonight, knowing the last time she was in this building, last November at Survivor Series, she was choked out by Shayna Baszler. Raquel clearly proving in her match against Alexa Bliss that was not going to be a detriment. Tiffany Stratton tilt-to-whirl, down goes Raquel, at least momentarily, tried to pop to her feet. Stratton just starting to come unglued with some strikes of her own. And takes down Raquel with a little victory roll. Could be going, prettiest moonsault ever. Stratton might have caught her here. Not just yet. Within a moment's notice, Stratton found herself on top, but no 3 count was found. New York City is on their feet, and so is Raquel Rodriguez. At least for a moment, as Stratton hurries up into another pinfall, but Raquel Rodriguez's heart is still pumping. What is that prettiest moonsault ever that put away Liv Morgan earlier tonight? It put away Bayley in the quarterfinals, but Raquel Rodriguez is still alive, and she's starting to rev it up. Stratton on the shoulders. Down she goes, what a neck breaker. This one's not over yet as the buff Barbie muscles her shoulder up once more. We have got a fight on our hands, live and in living color, in your main event, Saturday night, September the 21st, the inaugural Queen of the Ring tournament. Stratton once again hoisted on the top. Now Raquel with a power bomb. Wipe out. Tiffany Stratton, dazed and confused, and a big boot for her troubles. Might need a shovel to get Stratton off the canvas, or maybe just the bare hands of the former Women's World Champion. Back into the corner goes Stratton once again. We all know, you remember what Raquel instituted earlier tonight. The combination that won her match against Alexa Bliss. Going back to the well with the back body drop. Tiffany in trouble. Tahada bomb. The combination that got Raquel this far, unfortunately does not hear a bell. Stratton is still alive, although hurt. Tiffany Stratton somehow finding a way to kick out, but clearly the damage has been done. On the outside now, Raquel Rodriguez just levels Tiffany Stratton with an STO. Both these women going to the well with what got them this far, but neither of them getting the exclamation point on the matchup. Back inside the ring, Tiffany, wait a minute, might have caught Raquel. Ragdolling her down to the canvas, nothing pretty about it, but certainly effective. And Stratton's just trying to find anything she can clinch onto to keep Raquel Rodriguez down. In a moment's notice, Tiffany Stratton is starting to come alive, or shall I say, come unglued. Into a pinfall again. Only a 1 count that time. Stratton showing signs of frustration. She cannot allow that against Raquel Rodriguez in this main event. Oh, wow, look at the strength. Alabama slammer from the South to NYC. Raquel now trying to roll to the outside. Roll reversal as Stratton takes flight. Tiffany never been afraid to leave the soles of her boots. And unfortunately for Raquel, she was on the receiving end of it. On the outside now, Stratton is just beating the hell out of the SmackDown representative. And what a matchup this has been. Would hate to see it go to any kind of count out here, whether it's a double or not, but Tiffany Stratton may be resorting to that. Referee at a count of 5. Stratton all over Raquel Rodriguez. At least she was momentarily. Raquel now hustles up, breaks the count. Tries to charge at Tiffany, but Stratton caught her. Now it's Stratton going back between the ropes, and Raquel Rodriguez, although slow, is gingerly making her way. Stratton ready to go high risk, high reward. Goes for the drop kick. Raquel was just sidestepped over. Crash and burn may be Stratton's own detriment. A mistake could come back to bite her. Raquel almost had her there off the misstep. Genius move by Raquel to hustle up into the pinfall. Unfortunately for her, Stratton still had a little left. Another reversal that time. Stratton with Raquel on her shoulders. Down she goes. Down she goes. And now in the corner. Prettiest moonsault ever for a second time. Tiffany Stratton is queen of the ring.
Here is your winner, Tiffany Stratton.
Natalya, Bayley, Liv Morgan, and SmackDown's Raquel Rodriguez, all being kicked out of the spotlight by the center of the universe herself. It truly is Tiffy time here in New York City, as Tiffany Stratton is officially crowned your 2024 Queen of the Ring. We thank you for joining us here in Madison Square Garden for one incredible night in these hallowed halls. Good night from New York City.